episode 175. It's good to be back with you again, and we've got a lot of stories to get through today. Before I do, then welcome to the replay. There is something I want to do. Corinda is saying hello. He's watching the It's going to catch us on the replay. The replay is not started yet because we're still live, so all is good. Right, there is something that I'm working on, which I want to talk about before the guys actually arrive. And I'm going to take that off screen and bring this on screen. Live Video Hub Radio is in its infancy. In fact, it's not fully programmed yet, but you can go along to this link at any time of day, anywhere in the world, and you can listen to podcasts. Now, I've got the support of 12 presenters at the moment. So click that link and it will take you to the radio station. And what we're doing is building up podcasts, which are going to be broadcast 24/7 around the globe. And I'm very excited by this. I always wanted to have my own radio station. Now I've got it. With right. Morning, Peter.
Morning.
All right. Okay. I'm just talking about the radio station, and you can go along to the webpage at any time and listen to everything that's going on in the podcast world. And the podcasts are actually coming from recorded shows that have been broadcast on Facebook Live. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm okay, and you can actually hear me and see me?
I can hear you and see you. Peter, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, you were breaking up, Stephen.
I'm breaking up.
You were.
I'm suffering from internet.
It looks fine to me.
Yeah, I did have a few problems. I did freeze. I saw myself freeze. So, okay. Right, okay. On with the first story of the day then. And I suppose the first question is, are you voting today? I don't have to vote because I'm in Shire County.
It's an English vote today, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, John's not biting, so I'll move on.
I am voting today. The only person that's knocked on our door is the Liberal Democrats. We had the scruffiest looking piece of paper from the Conservatives, and I shall be voting my usual way. Liberal Democrat, for those that don't know.
Well, they've already put out their apologies. Conservatives have been saying for the past week that they're going to lose hundreds of seats. So they will be able to turn around early tomorrow morning and say, we didn't do as bad as we thought. Right? The Labour Party will be saying, well, we've done as well as we could, given the circumstances. And the Lib Dems, of course, will be romping home. That's my prediction. Let's say good morning to Kelly. Or good day. Right, okay, so council elections today. Not in London, no elections in London, no elections in the Shire counties, but around the globe. Right, okay, now we have a situation where we have a minister, Gavin Williamson, has been sacked. The former Defence Secretary denies Huawei. See, there you go, John, leak. Is this a real problem or a storm in a teacup?
He denies it, and I'm inclined to believe him. But Mrs. May had to be seen to do something, or we should be called weak again, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
How can you...
The thing is, they've got to have proof, right? And he's not going to go quietly. and then he's going to have to fight back in some way to prove his innocence. But there's something wrong that she sacked him, and we've got to know what that is. But the problem we've got,
he refused to resign, didn't he?
yeah,
but she put his number one enemy in charge of doing the investigation, and the current claim is it wasn't fairly done.
Yeah,
he was influenced by his own belief.
But what I will say about the whole thing, no matter who you are, there are too many people leaking anything to journalists. And what I say, journalists, if you're listening in, you are as much to blame by taking these leaks and using them. And when that happens, you should be done as a matter of national security if you leak anything that is taken from the government secret meetings, just like they've done to Julian Assange. Is that his name?
Yeah, that's him.
Julian, yeah. So it's exactly the same as him. He was taking information that he was not allowed to have and then put it out. Now, journalists, be ready to go to jail if you do the same. That's what I say.
Okay, but we suspect, or the consensus is that there's something going on because he was just, we feel he's a scapegoat.
Yes. So, yeah, on you go.
John?
Well, I just feel that when you look at things, he strenuously denies. He asks them to prove it. The reason he was fired is he did not cooperate, according to her, but according to him, he did. So who do you believe?
You see, somebody mentioned the radio just before I came in. Jonathan Aiken denied it too, but he ended up in jail because of something. Can't remember what his case was now.
Oh,
yeah, that goes back a bit.
Aiken went to jail for contempt of court, didn't he, in the end?
Yeah. So the thing is, don't play about with national security. There should be no leaks coming from that government whatsoever, and there's too much coziness with politicians and their friends in political papers. Too much coziness.
Okay, we'll see what develops on that. It's the government versus Mr. Williams at the moment. Right, okay, and Claire's with us, so we can talk about climate change. And be informed and kept on the right path, I mean. It's been stated that climate change, the UK can cut emissions to nearly zero by 2050.
I'll believe that when I see it, but I probably won't be here.
I was about to say, I hope you do see it, Peter. Yeah, I hope I see it too. 2050, wow, 31 years ahead. The thrust of this is that we were the leaders of the Industrial Revolution. So we brought about all the mechanization that's led to the pollution, and now we're leading the way in returning and being green again. And right, and Claire is saying, for someone who support, I'll go back to TM for a moment, it's elite out of Trump's book, sack people when they disagree, stab friends in the back. Okay, so that's that story. And now on the story we're on, far too many political papers promoting their own agendas. Right, okay, let's go back to climate change. I mean, it's got to be a good thing if we can get to zero emissions no matter what date. And we sort of said yesterday in Parliament, Mr. Corbyn got his bill through, and we're now saying it's a climate crisis. Do we know anything about this?
I did hear a little bit about it. Is this because the people block the roads?
Who knows? Zero emissions of what? That is my question.
Yeah.
Are we talking CO2?
I think we're talking about gases that destroy the ozone layer, are we not?
Does that include CO2?
I would
Because
think
they're now
so.
saying electric vehicles produce more CO2 than a diesel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to stop petrol and diesel car production by 2040. It was 2030, but now it's 2040. So it will be all electric cars from then on.
Or hydrogen.
Or flying cars. Or flying cars like in the Jetsons.
Or no cars at all.
That would take a lot of mission. Free buses for all.
Right, and Kelly's saying
rickshaws to take you take them to a bus stand. A lot of rickshaws to run with you in your to your place of work. Because see what I see in my city, people won't walk 50 yards. They won't walk 50 yards. They've got to be parked in the place they're going to. This is the problem. Would you agree?
that's true.
We're all NIMBYs. We're all for cutting this until it's your turn to cut something and say, oh, well, let me think about this.
Right, okay, just catching up. Kelly is saying ride bikes to the cottage, don't drive. He also likes your sofa, Peter. Claire is saying zero greenhouse gas emissions, and electricity needs to come from renewable resources, not gas and coal. Okay. Well, good. Let's hide that. Okay, you brought on exercise, Peter, and we've got a situation which is nice, good to report. Up north in Leeds, they appear to have cracked the obesity problem in youngsters. And to quote, the project is called Project Henry, or it's run. The organisation is called Henry. And a lady who's actually been on the programme said, my 3-year-old used to eat only beans, sausages and mashed potato. Which was a staple northern diet. And I lived up north. I was born up north. But now likes a range of fruits and vegetables from mangoes and strawberries to cucumber and sweet corn. Her absolute favourite is broccoli. So basically the way that it works is that members of the project team go to family and they look at what they're doing right, and they expand on what they're doing right and then give them choices of things to have. So rather than saying this is what you should do, they give them choices, and from that they decide and put together their own diet. Now obviously if they can do it in Leeds, they can do it anywhere.
But the other thing is it's down to cost as well.
Yeah.
The French, I believe, the French kids are brought up in eating yogurt with fruit in the morning, for their breakfast. And the Mediterranean type diets, there's a lot of people going on diets like bacon and egg in the morning, ketone or whatever you call it, keto and stuff like that to keep their weight. Sugar's the problem. Sugar is the big problem in our society, and we eat far too much sugar. And
I mean, I gave up sugar 3 or 4 years ago. Well, no, sorry. I gave up putting sugar in drinks. You can't give up sugar because sugar's in virtually everything you buy.
Well, I don't take tea or I don't take sugar or milk with tea since about 1992.
I've never taken sugar in either tea or coffee, ever, because I don't drink either.
I'm back onto tea, by the way. I won this for in my BNI club. It's a friends of mine, so I'll just give them a punt.
Now,
Yeah.
Peter, what's it made of?
I don't care, to be honest with you.
Is it recyclable, reusable?
No, it's not. But there is a lady that I know in Aberdeen, and she set up a recyclable cup business where people can put their names and everything on it, you know. And
Right.
poor old McDonald's, going to about recycle. McDonald's have tried to use different straws, not plastic, and they're melting in the people's food. They're dissolving in their drink. Did you know that?
Well, they're actually not dissolving in the drink. They're dissolving on their lips is the problem.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's
Yeah.
the saliva that's causing the cardboard
Right.
tube to collapse.
Can't win, can you?
Now, yesterday, I picked up in Aldi a packet of straws and ummed and ahed about buying them, and I put them back down. But today,
Right.
I'm going to go back and buy them. It was
Why?
a pack of stainless steel straws.
Well, there's a good idea.
£2.69 for, I think there was half a dozen in the pack. And
No, yeah.
the thing about those is, okay, they're reusable, recyclable. You even get a little brush to clean them with in the pack.
Right. Right.
Is it, if I'm really honest, it wasn't so much the recyclable that I won't be using McDonald's plastic straws or paper straws, but the fact that I always find the straws collapse on me. Yeah. And then it's almost
Right.
whether it's plastic, paper, or whatever, but these won't collapse.
Why don't they maybe think of not using straws and making cups like this? Because this type of cup I've just
Have you
been
tried
bought.
to drink a milkshake out of that? It just doesn't work.
All right, okay, fair enough then. Yeah. Well, is a milkshake to be drunken, or can it be spooned?
Too thin to spoon.
Okay, right. I don't do milkshakes, but anyway, right. So I try to do my best. No, but it's good that kids have been picked up early in their food eating habits. Next
One
thing is,
of the things that on the version I read about the same trial was that they're also teaching parents to be a bit tougher
yeah, oh,
and not give in
absolutely,
so easily.
yeah, it's yeah, that's quite interesting. Listen, we've all been taken in by marketing. You know, there's even or the whole of the national health. They're cutting back on Weetabix and things now. They're not putting that in the breakfast menu.
What, at the NHS? I think Peter's frozzed. Come in Aberdeen, all is forgiven. Come in Wiltshire, all is forgiven. Hello, where is everybody? Looks like I'm on my own again. We had this last week. How is everybody? I don't know what to talk about now. Vegetables. Right. Let's talk about vegetables. How many people are growing their own vegetables in the coming 12 months? Are you going to grow any vegetables of your own, Peter?
No, it's too much work for me. Just can't be annoyed with it. I'll steal somebody else's. Like when I was a kid, I used to pinch the pea pods for people's gardens. Remember that?
When I was a lot younger, I was. We had a very large set of orchards, about 10-minute walk from where we were, and we all used to go scrumping in there.
Yeah.
Sadly, there's houses on top of them now.
I'll tell you, I had a neighbour of mine when I was younger. He did show me how to plant things and stuff like that. It was very good of him. But Sheila loves all that, but we don't have a big enough garden. It's just, we'll live in a convenient society, but the other day, Sheila made a meal from scratch, right? And I watched her. And what a time it took by preparing everything. She made a homemade steak pie, you know, and she was out rolling. And I really appreciated it. It was nice, but then she went up to her mum at the weekend. Her mum's about 89 now. And she went up to her mum in the Black Isle. Her brother still stays with her. And she went up there and made them about a week's food. Oh, no, I'm not taking that. That's the end of that. So she went out and she can do the home cooking. I just wish she would do more of it for me. I always say, oh, I'm not wanting that, I'm not wanting that. Then she'll make spaghetti bolognese and things from a home cooked. What I like about home cooked food, right, is you don't have, there's no preservatives and things. It's raw and it's made into what you want and eaten there and then. That's what I like about that, you know. And so I do like that. But we just live in a convenient society, and how many people stay home and cook? The poor wives nowadays, they're out working as well. No? What are you saying?
Well, I'm growing quite a few things this year. Tomatoes, corn, cucumbers, cabbages, radishes, all sorts of things.
So
but I'll still be growing a lot of flowers. Oh, fruit as well. I'll do red currants, black currants, white currants.
But do you not need like a greenhouse? What fruit can't you grow in your patch?
Fruit? I can't grow bananas, but then most people can't grow bananas or oranges.
Yes.
I mean, I will have raspberries, blackberries, black currants, red currants, white currants.
Right.
And that's mainly it fruit-wise.
Can you believe I've never had a white currants? Is this a political thing nowadays? You got to have white currants too? I've never heard of them.
White currants, I think they're the nicest of the three.
So,
black currants I find quite tart. Red currants are an acquired taste, and the white currants are really pleasant. They've got like a bit of a grapey taste.
Yeah. So, John, do you find that when you've grown all this, do you take great pleasure in eating it?
I take great pleasure in giving it away, actually. Far more than we'll ever eat as three of us at home.
Right, okay. So you
in not too far distant future, Phil will be gone as well. So broad beans, you know. It's what's happened to Scotland? Good afternoon, Stoke. Welcome to Stoke.
How are you, mate?
I'm okay. It's the rest of them.
Am I back?
You're back, Peter. I'm back.
Oh.
We've got morning, Stephen. We've got a situation where there is one banner which is actually blocked on the screen. So I've tried everything. I've been rebooting and doing a whole host of things behind the scenes. That's what's actually showing to everybody who's watching, but it's there permanently. So I'm going to try and hide it. And if you can see Blabbing for Britain episode 175 on the screen now, could you just please confirm?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And Claire and Kelly, can you? Yeah. Claire and Kelly, can you see it?
Gavin Williamson sacking.
That's still showing live, is it? Okay. Well, we're going to be able. Yep.
Right.
Our apologies.
Okay.
Technical difficulties. We can't change the banner at the bottom of the screen. I've tried everything, been refreshing and changing things, and nothing's working. So we'll carry on as we are, and I'll read out the topics that we're talking about. How we're going to let you know what we're talking about, I don't know, but we'll come across that. I shall report this back to headquarters after the broadcast. And I've still got the same banner.
Right, so we were talking about growing vegetables when you.
Yeah. Okay. Go.
The thing I've grown more of than anything, because you just can't help it. They just grow so many. Is runner beans.
All right. Yeah.
And we give them to anybody and everybody who will have the bloody things. And then at the end of the season, there's still a load left on the plant. I let those dry out and then take the seeds, and that's what I use the next season.
Very good.
So I never buy any runner bean plants. I just keep reusing the seed.
Right. And I've just noticed, John, you're actually using the software today.
I am, but I'm not sure about it because it keeps telling me I haven't got enough resources.
It's that's the glitch.
What software?
Can you see John's got a red border?
Yes.
Well, there you are. He's using the software for the Logitech C920 camera. Would you like to explain, John?
It's the new Logitech thing that allows me to. I can switch the logo on and off. Look in the corner. Allows me to control the C920 much better.
Right.
So I can set the frame rate, the resolution, the video encoder. I can record from it. I can take snapshots. I can take the border. And I can run 2 cameras. And last night, and was it last night? Sorry, no, with Thursday. The night before, you know, I do this yes thing once a month. The last Tuesday, we had a guy come in with a laptop, connected to 4G because the Wi-Fi in the venue we use, using the Logi thing, 2 C920s connected to a machine and doing a live but swapping from camera to camera.
Okay. Very good. So that would stop me using XCam at the same time, correct? Or XSplit. If I'd done that.
Well, I've never tried any of this fancy background stuff, so.
But
Sorry?
You could come in with your background and the C920, possibly. Okay. C920 software.
Is that just downloadable, John?
It's free, yeah, just from the Logitech site.
Quick question to you, Stephen Silk. Weren't you going to meet me in London a few weeks ago?
Yeah, I was, yeah.
Was you there?
No.
So was
I got a customer to go to in the last minute. So
right. Did your customer go?
That went either.
Who's making the funny noises?
It's me. It's my phone. Busy man. Right. Okay.
Haven't you heard of silent mode? Alternatively, you can turn the volume down with the buttons on the side.
Yeah, but it's funny enough, I can do that, right? Which I'll do, right? But it still makes the noise when somebody does it. If you know what I mean.
No.
Do you know what I've done, guys? Do you know what I've done? I ain't buying anything phone-wise new again, right? I got a Galaxy 7 Edge for £200, and it's done the business, you know. And I'll tell you who I bought it from. That exchange shop. I can't remember the name of it now. But I asked 20,000 questions. What about this? What about that? 2-year warranty. Had a problem with the software. Went back and they fixed it there and then for me. It was a good show. Yeah, good show. So any gadgets from now on, I'm buying second hand. What do you think? Not a lot by the sound of it.
We just give it some thought. I bought a mobile device yesterday. Are you excited to hear about it?
Oh yeah, carry on.
It's really, what I always do with my customers and try to do is to give technology that's appropriate to their needs. So if they want a gorgeous iPad Pro, like this little beauty here,
Yes.
with my gorgeous forms on them.
Can't see a
So they
thing.
can have it. They can have it with pleasure. But I had to yesterday morning buy a very expensive piece of mobile kit. And
Yeah.
I've got loads of storage on it, and it's not as accessible as other things, but it did the business. So you want to get
You bought a book.
Exactly, yeah, a notebook, a black one with silver. So my response to your question, Pete, good on you. You found exactly the solution you want, and good on you. I mean, I've got this Apple fanboy thing going on. I've had for the last 10 years. So I've got a gorgeous piece of kit that I consider that I want, and it's my decision. So I bloody well did it. You did the same thing. You looked at 20,000 questions, Pete. Are you exaggerating?
Having fun in games today. Can you still hear me, John?
I can hear you perfectly.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Well, it looks as though I'm the one still here. Right. So for those of you who haven't seen this before, you won't hear it on the radio, but this is my background from V-Split. And I do believe we're on the radio. And some of us have got faces for the radio, sure enough. Is that your back?
Nervous.
We've not been anywhere, Peter.
Stephen's still with you.
Am I still here?
Stephen Silk's still there.
Yes, you're still here.
Yeah, everybody's there.
So I wanted to refresh.
Okay, Peter, we're having one of those days. Yes, the force is not with us today. We've got a stuck banner and signal problems. So there we go. How are things in Stoke, Stephen?
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. It's about probably 92 degrees here at the moment. It's sunny, and the waves are crashing onto the beach just outside my beachside house, palms gently swaying. But the big news this week from Stoke-on-Trent, a little bit more parochial than normal, but I live in a place called Trentham, and on Monday morning at 8 a.m. we opened the latest Titanic brewery, Bod, which is a cafe bar based within communities, and they took over an old bank when the bank something offed a few years ago, and they took over this ex-bank and turned it into the most delightful, brilliant, fabulous cafe bars about 6.5 minutes walk from my house. We've got pubs around here, as everybody does, but they're just, well, they're not what we want. And it's just a marvellous place to go.
Is this the place you're rumoured to have turned up in your pyjamas? You were so early. Yes, it is that place. I was not in pajamas, with jammies, but I was. Well, I know, because according to your own post, you don't possess any pajamas.
I didn't say that was too much information, or maybe too much information. But anyhow, I'm a member of CAMRA. I'm hoping the three of you are, but maybe not Pete. But we went to a sort of an special opening on a Sunday, the day before the official opening, and we had some gorgeous beer, really beautiful stuff, and it's a wonderful place. And as I said, 6.5 minutes away by walk, and that's uphill, so it's quicker back, and it's just a fabulous. But it's great for the community, because for forever we've had not the best of pubs, and pubs have closed down and that. So dead chuffed to give them a shout out. And yes, I was the first official customer. And I've posted a few things to the local community Facebook page, including the fact that I was first customer. And I've had about 500 likes across the 3 or 4 posts, which is pretty good, I thought. So we shall see. And when you all come up here for the 300th breakfast at the brewery. We'll go up for a coffee in the morning. That'd be an idea. Get you all up here. So that's what it's like in Stoke. And we've got one game left in this terrible, bloody awful football season with a team that's undescribable. So the sooner Saturday's over with, the bleeding better. And what about you? But Villa are doing all right, aren't they? Are they near? Are they?
Yeah, we're guaranteed a playoff place.
You are. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And there's a league still there.
But my footballing thing is Solihull Borough, who were almost demoted to the Northern League last season, have come second in the National League. So they're now in the playoffs for a place in League Two.
Is that the Division 4 as was?
Yeah, League Two, Division 4.
Cool, blimey, that's good news, isn't it?
Another point and they'd have won the automatic promotion place. If they'd have beaten Leyton Orient, who are the people who won, instead of drawing, they would have been promoted instead of Leyton Orient. However, when the fact remains that you finished 20-something in the previous season and you finished second.
But what did you put that down to?
You know, management.
Really? Are you sure?
They were, the manager that they came 20, whatever it was, actually went and joined as a manager in League Two, which he couldn't turn down. Can't blame him, going from the National League to League Two. And his assistant, former Blues goalkeeper, can't think of his bloody name now. Do you ever have that? You can't think of somebody's name just when you want it, and you know it's there. So we've been driven by a goalkeeper all season, yeah, and we've done fantastic. Just like Wolves, driven by a goalkeeper and done fantastic.
We've had 3 managers, including Sparky, and it's been a disastrous 3 years. 3 years, disastrous. So the team has stayed relatively stable up until a couple of months ago, but I understand what you're saying about it's the manager. It's always the manager, but the players have got to take some stoke.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. I just think the change of attitude has just rubbed off on the players. Yeah. And because the players have seen his thoughts are the right positive thoughts, their thoughts have become the right kind of positive thoughts. And they've done things. We haven't got any new fantastic players in Solihull, but they've just changed their mentality because the man at the top has changed it. Anyway, I just love the fact that Wolves are going to finish 7th, which is just incredible. And now there's only me and the guy that can't stand football left. And your local side are having a bad year of it as well. So did you see my little joke on your thread the other day when you said you couldn't sleep and you put it down to having a bypass? And I said, is that why nobody goes to sleep in Aberdeen? Because they've just had
yeah, I did. And you know, I don't know. I thought you were talking to Stephen Salt there. Was it just us 2 left?
Yeah, it's only you and me, mate. That's why I said there's only me and the man that doesn't like football left.
Okay, I don't really like football, but I've just applied for 2 tickets free tickets to go to the Aberdeen Hearts match, but it's more to press the flesh because it's done by a corporate and there'll be a chance to meet people. So that's a networking tip. Even if you don't like the subject, still go and you'll meet people.
Yeah, well, when I was at my last employer's Objectivity, which is almost 20 years ago, they had a box down at Coventry City I
as
don't
well.
believe they have one these days now that Coventry City is such a disaster area.
Are you hearing John, Stephen?
Hey, what?
Are you there?
I'm
Are
here.
you
Can you hear me?
Stoke, yeah, I can hear you fine.
Oh, cool.
actually back? You were frozen.
No,
This
I went off apparently. So
This software's playing up today.
Looks like
isn't it?
Stephen's coming back as well now.
dun.
He made space for himself, but he hasn't reappeared.
Oh, hot. Right.
There he is.
He's
Okay.
moving
You can't
like
hear,
Is that,
hear each
we're
other.
blowing full time on the football.
Am I not here?
Huh?
you're not
Can you-
moving, but we can hear you.
Yeah. Finish. Liverpool, well, not moving.
I think there's too much resources being used today. Has Stephen got
You!
ultra fast? Me.
Can somebody say something?
Hello.
Anything.
We're all
Yeah.
here, but you seem to be
Thank you,
stuck.
Pete.
He's-
As they would say in the army over the radio signals, it would
Right, I
say
can see-
unworkable. Over.
See Stephen.
Stokey boy's gone into mute mode, but he's really there.
Three.
Stephen Healey is just not working for us. I think
He's going to ban me in a second. You watch. He's currently frozen. Like
Right.
Stephen from Wiltshire, you are frozen, but we can hear you.
And I can't hear you. It's
and I can't hear him either.
Okay, right.
This is what the audience wants.
Do you know, for some reason of late, this technology has actually got worse than it
I
used to.
know. It's probably they're trying to improve things, but it's got worse. Incidentally, remember that selfie picture I sent to you, John? You do know who it was, don't you?
It was my favourite author.
It was your favourite author. I met him in Costco with his dad. I do know them. You know?
Costco with his dad.
With his dad. And his dad owns a really, really big international catering firm for offshore.
All right.
And that's where he learned and cleaned the toilets and everything like that. He's done every job. His son, he made him go out and do everything, you know. So that's why he knows a lot of people and things like that, you know. So, so Stephen's away. So I would just wonder what the next subject was going to be, right?
Local elections.
Well, that's
We've already done that one before you arrived. I'm afraid.
Let's look at European elections. Do you think?
Oh,
You can't leave that bloody phone alone for 5 minutes.
I know. Wait a minute. Right. Okay. Right. So I just live on the edge of the time. Now listen, European elections. I've noticed that John Claude, whatever you call him, Plonker, is saying that when the British delegates come in, if they come in, he's going to make sure they get no top jobs or anything like that. And so, do you think they will actually go to the election, or do you think something's going to happen before that?
I think there's no doubt we're going to have European elections.
Yeah, right. Now, I think when Mr. Farage comes back and pops out his box and goes, "Hello, you thought you were going to get rid of me, but you're not laughing now, are you? Because I'm back."
He may not be taking part in the European elections.
Really? Did he say that?
There is a very good chance that he will contest Peterborough as an MP.
Ah, right, okay.
why? So by-election.
So politics.
She got sacked. You know, una mumble blum blum.
Yes.
The girl that went to prison for telling
Oh,
lies.
yeah.
Yeah, they did the petition, and yesterday enough people signed the petition that she's been dismissed as an MP.
Yeah, quite right too. And that was the lady with the thing on her ankle. She basically was that one person that went to Parliament and casted her vote, and it was won over.
Oh, of course, yes. One of those vote, indicative vote things.
They've got to realise, these MPs, that they're not above the law.
Last Thursday, she made her first and last speech in Parliament. She is allowed to contest the by-election.
The
candidate may put themselves up for re-election.
As an independent. Yeah.
Yeah, the Labour Party sacked her the day she was convicted.
That's right. It was a damn disgrace. Here's Stephen in with this picture again. His frozen picture.
What's that?
No, Stephen's. So it'll be quite interesting to see who gets in. Do you think the Remainers will get most of them, or do you think it'll be the Brexiteers?
In Peterborough, 62% of people voted to leave.
That's
so it's going
correct.
to be a very interesting by-election. It
Yes.
could
But the Leavers and the Remainers aren't standing, as you know.
I think politics are about to change. I've never seen the Conservatives in such disarray. It's absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, well, are Conservatives in disarray preferable to the red man from London,
Yes. He's not saying much lately. You're not hearing much from him.
Why would he?
Stephen's back. Let him have a run.
To be honest with you, he doesn't need to say anything because right now his man team are digging the hole to jump in.
Exactly. Go, Stephen.
Stephen. No, unworkable. No.
Well, we still can't. We can see a static version.
I'm sorry, Stephen. We're going to have to take over your show.
Poor old Stephen.
Take over.
It's the Scottish influence that's causing the problem.
Stab him in the back. I've been having fun with some SNP people actually, and I've said to them, if you want your independence, the best way for you to go now is to actually vote for coming out of the European Union. And if it doesn't work over the next few years, or however many, then you can try again for your independence if you break away from Europe now. But if it's good, if it works out better, the people won't want independence. So it's quite a tricky situation.
Did you see that head of a bank in Germany earlier this week? He said Brexit is a disaster for Germany and an opportunity.
I'm waiting for what he said.
For United Kingdom.
It's a bloody nightmare today, this.
We are very disjointed today, aren't we? Hello, Stoke. Are you there?
I'm going to refresh.
Hey, how
many points do you award, Stoke?
Yeah, nil point.
To the Labour Party, nil point. To the Conservative Party, minus 500 points.
Hello.
She sacked the Defence Secretary, hasn't she?
There's nobody on the show that I can see.
Well,
the Defence Secretary has been sacked.
That's the very, very first topic, which is why it's stuck.
To remind you, this is being recorded. Stephen.
Hello.
It is.
I can see you, but you're breaking up. Speak.
Oh, brilliant.
It's just not working today, folks.
This is not good. It's going to disappear again.
Okay.
It might not be good for
John,
you, Stephen, but
can't
it's
hear
amusing the other three.
I don't know if I'm sitting here myself. So
You're in some Norwegian lodge,
could
you know,
somebody, I don't know,
fancy
what to do.
settee. That's where
I'm
you
not
are.
sure who's here. I'm going to come out again because the other
You're
two are
fine.
frozen.
You're perfect. Don't.
Whilst Peter's trying, can you hear me now?
Oh, hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, you're a bit
Okay.
tricky, but we can see you. You're moving and we can hear you.
Is that
I'm
bloody
definitely
Scott?
moving. All right. Okay. Let's try and bring Peter in then.
No, it's Scotland.
Let's go for broke.
All the bandwidth.
Right.
Peter.
Here I am. Hello.
Right. Okay.
Hello,
Name call.
Norway.
Let's have a name call.
Stephen.
Stephen.
What?
John.
Hello.
Peter.
Yes.
Good God. We're all back.
How long for remains to be seen.
That's
Let's make
true.
the best of it. No waffle.
Oh, right. It means we can't talk about football then.
We've done that.
Okay. Right. Now,
We did football. We did Burnley down while you weren't available.
I thought you might have done. We're in the
Never
Premiership next year, mate. That's all we're bothered about. Next season, we're there. We're good. Celebrations all last week in Burnley itself, and I took part vicariously from Wiltshire. Right, London Marathon. London Marathon is about the people. It's about everybody who takes part. And this time, for the first time ever, they had people pacing the back runners, shall we say? And that, first of all, my hat goes off to anybody who does a marathon, whether they run it or walk it. It ain't easy. But this time they had pacemakers for the people who do it in 6 hours or over. And pacemakers at the back of the field were from passers-by saying that they were totally out of shape and shouldn't be in the marathon. And of course, the other thing that was taking place was that, of course, after 6 hours, you presume that everybody's going to have finished and you start tidying up. So the course was disappearing around them as they carried on to finish the marathon in 8 hours. Right, okay, I've had my op-ed then. Leave that as it is.
Sea of abandoned water bottles. That seems to have caused a lot of controversy this year. That there were still thousands and thousands of Buxton water bottles still hanging around on the floor on Monday.
He's frozen.
Which one of us, Peter?
John.
All of us?
No,
John's
everybody's
frozen.
working for me.
That's it, Mark.
Yeah. All right. Hands up, everybody. Let's do a test. And we're going to get Stephen too. Come on.
What's that? Yeah, hello.
All right. Okay. So we can all hear and see each other.
Hear hands ups on the radio.
It's going to work well. It will be accompanied by
the crouching
video.
thing.
Okay, let's go on to something serious then. Percy Pig. Manufactured and sold by Marks and Spencer's, and there's uproar at the moment because Marks and Spencer's. Yep.
Just don't buy it if you don't want to eat it. Simples. Absolutely simple. Do you know, we're in danger. We are in danger of not being able to go out in the public and not do anything, right? I'm just sick of it. People forcing their stuff on us. Forcing it. Don't like the climate change. Let's go and stop. What if everybody wanted their bit in life and to go out and say, well, I don't believe it. Let's get on the streets.
Peter, this has got bugger all to do with ham. They're sweets.
I know they're sweets. And they've got gelatin in them. They've got gelatin in them. Yeah, and all it needs to say is, it's got gelatin in it. Then eat it. If you're a vegetarian or a vegan, don't stop everybody else's enjoyment.
Right. So, okay. In 2011, a non-gelatin version of Percy Pigs was produced. So there have been two versions of Percy Pigs. You could either have the gelatin version or a non-gelatin version. Everybody's up in arms now because even the gelatin version contains less. Sorry?
Stop this bloody propaganda. You said everybody's in uproar, and you've said something in the last few seconds which I've forgotten. But it's just a Daily Mail story. It's been promoted by some bloody supermarket. And the story I want to see is when the first company comes out with Peppa Pig flavoured crisps or Peppa Pig bacon slices. That's what I want to see. Yeah, take that.
But wait a minute. You're saying that. But Marks and Spencer's has bowed down to them and used their old recipe from 2011.
You're just being played again. You're being played.
This is not.
You can get some gelatin versions on eBay if you want. They're up for £1,000 a pack.
Okay. This is not just any fish and chips. This is M&S fish and chips. I think that the latest advertising campaign is pretty good. But I'm on my own, so let's move on.
I wouldn't normally be seen in M&S, but I'm afraid I've got to go to M&S this week because I've got to buy a suit from M&S so as we're all looking the same at Alice's wedding.
Right.
My two boys have been and bought the suits, and they've sent me a photograph of the label and told me this is the suit you've got to buy.
Quite right.
Yeah.
Do what you're bloody told and just buy it.
Right. Okay. Final story for today then, and I'm going to display it for everybody in the room, although it won't display on the video, of course. Plans to secure the Internet of Things with a new law. Basically, the Internet of Things is
they've just shut them down.
Very secure. One of the things, virtual kitchen gadget that you have, Peter, when you can have.
You've frozzed again, Stephen.
They've shut them down.
I'm going down.
Go down.
John,
go down, man.
Guys, it's almost the end.
Probably
Poor old
bloody
Stephen had a really crap day today.
It's been torture.
Williamson froze on him. Then he keeps freezing himself. The only thing that hasn't happened to Stephen today is his Bluetooth ear-hole things haven't fell out.
Indeed.
We were having the other day, pop.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about you, but I've moved my browser. Have you heard of DuckDuckGo?
Yeah, but DuckDuckGo's been around a long time, and hopefully it'll be gone soon because it's not very exciting.
What don't you like about it?
I can't put my Chrome extensions in it, can I?
But they've got their own extensions, I think.
John, say goodbye for all of us.
I think we've had a disastrous day today.
Yeah.
But it's going to get better tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully.
Or later today. Or everything will be perfect just after this production has finished. Everything will go perfect. So, it's goodbye from Stephen in Wiltshire, who's somewhere down there because he dropped himself off. It's goodbye from Scotland, who's somewhere up there.
Yeah.
Near the isle in the sky. It's goodbye from the palm trees in Stoke-on-Trent, and you can definitely see the sun is shining because his face is blasted out by the sun. And it's goodbye from Wiltshire, complete with earbud from Bluetooth. So it's goodbye from all of us, and we'll see you on episode 176 next week, and we hope for a technology burst of success. Bye.
Yes.
Bye.
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 Are we off the air?
Oh, we're
No,
still
I'm
live.
struggling.